You're listening to Tehachapi with Keybudge, Corey Costello, and Greg Garrett.
Welcome to another episode of Tehachapi. This is the Farmers Market Edition. We're out, Corey Costello, Greg Garrett, Keybudge. We're out here on the streets. This is the first one. Guys, what do you think?
I'm super excited to be able to work with Main Street, Kern County Public Health Department, to be able to put on this farmers market. Not only does it get people out, I'm seeing people with and without masks, and that's super appropriate, whatever you feel like you need. But this is a great place to come and get fresh fruit and vegetables and meat, beef, locally. So come on out, either tonight or next Thursday, every Thursday this summer.
I feel like I should be the bass singer of the Barbershop Quartet with our one microphone on the street right now. But I think that the response has been great. I mean, people have been part of the podcast, which has been great to kind of see. And it's just, I think a lot of folks, they're buying some stuff, but a lot of people are just happy to get out of the house and see their friends. And, it's not normal as like it normally would be, but people are excited just to have some kind of event right now. And it's kind of cool to see.
And it's less crowded than the grocery store, so I think it might be safer out here, quite frankly.
Especially, you got a little breeze, it's beautiful out, and everyone is very respectful of the social distancing, whether you're wearing a mask or not. There are people that say they do appreciate the fact that everyone's being respectful. I got a chance to talk to Charles White. Charles said you were instrumental in being an advocate for this.
So the city of Tehachapi was working very closely and still does work very closely with Kern County Health Department to establish and help establish some guidelines for farmers market. We felt that it was really important to be able to do what we're doing, experiencing what we're experiencing. So 4 weeks ago, the answer was no. 2 weeks ago, the answer is maybe. And just a couple days ago, the answer was yes. And we were a big part in that. So I want to thank Kern County Health Department for working with us and allowing us to host this market.
I think it's important to point out, too, this is the first one, and so because they had to pull it together so quickly, they got a good amount of vendors, but I know there's a lot more interest, especially with packaged foods. So look in the next few weeks as this thing grows to have more packaged food vendors, beef, pork, that kind of stuff, and that'll be a good addition. But the interest and the success of this first one is going to really set the tone for number 2 and on down the road.
And we better wrap this up because I hear a train coming.
Trains coming as they do all day long. We're going to go ahead, and this episode is going to be dedicated to the people of this community. I asked everyone how they felt about the farmers market opening.
Oh, it's glorious. The sun is shining, just seeing other people's faces, just a chance to walk around in the fresh air.
Yes, everybody's tired of being cooped up.
I am very joyful to see so many people who came out and what is offered in the way of produce, and also this way I can support the people who come up here. That's very important. And knowing that's local, it's a plus.
Feels great to be outside.
Yeah,
great seeing people from the town out and about, enjoying themselves.
Yeah, it couldn't be a more beautiful day to get that started too. Nice weather, everyone out enjoying the sun, supporting small local businesses.
Yeah, definitely gives you a sense of normalcy.
Yeah, good starting point.
Yeah.
So we got ourselves so far some blueberries and some cherries.
I think it's just really encouraging to know that there is life beyond this really unprecedented, uncertain time that we're in right now. And I think that moving forward, it's important that we be safe and vigilant. We can still do a lot to keep ourselves and folks around us safe and healthy. We need to do that. But I think as we find that balance for ourselves and get back into the workforce and back into the pace of life that we're accustomed to, thinking of those that can't do that and need our support, and finding neighbors who we can bring a meal to or offer to pick up groceries for. And I think that's a part of maintaining that sense of being civic minded. We just got to get back into what we do and keep those folks that need to be sheltering safe.
I know that the little farmers are having a really hard time between the big guys, and so I like to support them as much as I can, and so this is great. I'm really happy to be out here and support them.
I think that helping local businesses kind of get the first step in when it comes to reopening and stuff is a really good thing to kind of help them recover, since they're the ones that need the help, as opposed to really big businesses that want to open right away. I think that it's really good
or have never closed.
Yeah, exactly. So any chance we get to help support them is a good chance,
Hi there, my name is Stephen Murray Jr. of Murray Family Farms.
Oh, I am so happy to be back. I was very nervous initially that, maybe nobody's going to show up. And what we've found is that in all the farmers markets we're doing, that we've had just great turnout, and we're just so happy that we can, still do business. We sadly at Murray Family Farms, we had to close down our ag tourism department. And what we've done is we've moved the people from that department into the farmers market division so that we can still keep everybody employed. And we're getting through this, and we got a lot of cherries, and we're happy to be here.
Wonderful.
Great.
Oh my God, this is amazing. I love this. I am so happy that this is, I was hoping for more people, but I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Excited. This feels, yes.
Yeah.
This to me is, it feels like things are getting back to normal. You can feel more comfortable getting back outside, just enjoying life. It's okay to still enjoy life.
Yeah. It feels great. This weather's wonderful.
Yeah, you know what I've noticed, been here about an hour, is that all I see are smiles. And I think so that's so encouraging. I think after being cooped up, and I think people are trying to be smart and practice social distancing, but we're glad to be out in the sunshine and the fresh air.
While at the farmers market, we ran into some of our elected officials. We talked with Mayor Susan Wiggins, Councilmember Michael Davies, and Councilmember Christina Scribner.
Yes, absolutely. I've got to see people I haven't seen in 2 or 3 months. It's wonderful. Makes us feel alive again.
It's getting there. I mean, once we see the people, and that's the main thing is, so we socialize at church and we socialize at events like this. We need to get back in to get people comfortable and make sure that we can't shake hands. I've already given a lot of elbows today, but I think, we just need to, this is going to be a change for all of us.
Absolutely, for sure. I think May is a month of transition. I think that this started in March and we shut down. We made a tough decision as a country that we needed to really hunker down for March and April. And now that May is here and the weather's warming, I think it's fitting that we're starting to test those boundaries of what is safe and what we can do and what needs to be done and how we can make adjustments to do it safely.
We asked people, what is the vibe of the farmers market?
Well, I will say that it has not been an anti-government kind of vibe. It's just a common sense vibe. So it's not the Kern County is feeling buck wild. They do what they want. It's like we flattened the curve. We did what we were supposed to. The sun is shining, and the stats have shown that it's a low risk. So common sense says proceed with caution. And that's what we're doing.
I see smiles everywhere. It just seems very relaxed. I don't see anybody being, super uptight or scared. If they are, it's not showing. The people are being respectful of the guidelines. And I know we brought our little bottle of hand sanitizer with us and stuff, but it's just everybody just seems really, really happy to be out in the sunshine and the breeze and to support everybody. So it's great.
Very friendly, and it looks like a lot of people are, taking the right precautions as well. So they're still acknowledging the current situation of things, but at the same time, they're still willing to go out to, help people help people with their living, so that they can actually, we can all kind of support each other with this.
Yeah. It's wonderful. I'm so happy to be out amongst my friends, with or without a mask. People are socializing, they're enjoying themselves. I had a couple of women to my house today, and they didn't go home till 2 o'clock because they were so happy to have somebody to talk to. So it's great, and hopefully we'll get back to as normal as we can.
Yeah, I think it's fine. I don't see people giving each other weird faces because you're too close to them. So I think it's great. I think people who are out here are people who want to be out here and enjoy themselves and walk around and support these businesses.
I was just talking to somebody today about, want things to get back to normal and realizing that it might not be normal for a long time or it might not ever be totally like it was. But yeah, this is the first time we've been out with this many people, and everybody's keeping far apart, and it looks good. But yeah, it feels like we're getting back into the groove a little bit.
Well, and just supporting each other in a way that Tehachapi does so well anyway. Come down and see our local people, our local farmers, our local smaller businesses. It just feels good to be able to connect again in that way, and then also just support them because I'm sure some of these guys took a huge hit.
For sure.
This is good for people's health to get out and, you know, see the sunshine and enjoy seeing other people. I mean, your immediate family is great, but it's good to see other people.
Yeah, multiple people have talked to me about this is just good for the mental health. You know, we can treat somebody physically at the hospital, but I said one of the greatest challenges we've had is limiting visitors, because if you're sick and in the hospital and your family can't be there to support you, that can weigh on you, on both parties really. So I'm really excited to see people out here enjoying this beautiful weather.
To me, it's great to get out. The kids haven't left the house in, I don't know, months. So it's nice just to be outside and see the community still, you know, still thriving and still doing good, but we also would like to stay safe. So we're a little worried, but it's still nice.
And I also think it's strange for us because we moved to Tehachapi during this COVID pandemic, and so it's one of our first experiences getting out in town. But we have been here previously when it was the full farmers market.
But it's still comforting knowing that there's still space. There's not giant lines that you have to stand in, and you still can maintain your distance and stuff.
I am very joyful to see so many people who came out, and what is offered in the way of produce, and also this way I can support the people who come up here. That's very important. And knowing that's local, it's a plus.
Well, I think Steve said just a few seconds ago that that new normal we're going to be more aware of each other in safety ways. We're not going to crowd each other's spaces, and just respecting the vendors too. Most of the vendors are well protected. They're either wearing gloves or masks. They want to be safe, and so I think that there's a caution, but it's not a scary feeling at all. Exactly. It's more of a it's a safe environment, and it's I don't know, it feels so good to be out that I think that helps. So.
The sun's great. I'm fighting giving you a big hug, though. I mean, that's the...
it's odd
that humid element. It is, yeah.
Yes, let's just jump back in. Let's get life going. Yeah, oh, totally. We're outside, fresh air, good people all around, families getting together. It's what it always should have been.
It's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah. It's fun.
Yes.
It's one of our favorite things. We're here every week. We live right down the street, so we're here every week. Last year, amazing. Yeah. It's good to come out. Right? Yeah. I told these two, I was like, we're going to the farmer's market. They're like, what? It's opening today? And I was like, yes. They're like, yes, thank goodness. Yeah. So, yeah, we're excited to be back out.
It is very different. Normally, there's food, you can sample stuff. And it just changes the whole dynamic when we can't let people try our fruit. We pick right. A big part of how we do things is we give out samples, and we can't do that. And that's pretty weird. I'm just so happy that we can be here and we can keep doing business.
I talked to Charles White from Main Street Tehachapi about the challenges in opening the farmers market this year.
We've been very pleased to be able to open this week. We had lots of obstacles. We didn't even know until last week that we were going to be able to open. Greg Garrett from the city has been our advocate with the health department. They wouldn't give us permission until last week, and we got permission last week from the ag department to open. It was wonderful that we could pull it together this fast. We, of course, don't have the music this year. We don't have the food vendors where you can buy food and beer and sit and enjoy yourself. That's not allowed yet. We're hoping, according to what the ag department and the health department says, we may be able to add that later in the summer. We don't know. It's just, as everybody in business knows, we are having to take it slowly. We'll see what the results is. Hopefully the incidences of coronavirus will stay down. We won't have great increases, and that'll allow us to open up a little more. But we're very pleased to be able to do this, and we're particularly happy to have Adventist Health back as our sponsor this year. It's expensive to put on an event like this. Adventist came in and bailed us out and allowed us to open it up. And today, for the first market, we've got Christina Scrivener and Jeff Lingerfeld from Adventist Health here answering questions for people and assuring them that the hospital is open for not only coronavirus patients, but if you have other problems or even surgeries that you need, they're there for us. So they're a big part of the community, and we appreciate them being here today. and we're just pleased that we're able to present this to the Tehachapi, and we do feel like it's one small step towards getting back to normal. It's going to be a long road, but we're taking it step by step.
You know, we certainly want our business model is beyond the four walls of the hospital, and it's about the overall health of this community. So to the degree that we can do that and encourage that, it's great. I can't tell you, we have an amazing team, and that gets reinforced every day, but really during this crisis, I hear it multiple times a day. Got a letter sitting on my desk from a lady in Bear Valley that just was so very complimentary, and it makes me really proud to work with the team here.
And I asked Charles White if there was any extra precautions added to this year's farmers market.
They have limited the access to their booth. There's more of a line where you have to enter on one side and go through the line and exit on the other. They are trying to caution people to keep distance, but most of the people here are aware of that, and they're keeping their distance. I've seen so many people today that I know who have come for the market, and we all kind of begrudgingly keep our 6 feet distance, and we just kind of nod and say hello and how are you. We're not able to shake hands and hug like we normally do, but that's just kind of what we have to do for now.
I also asked, what does farmers market opening mean to you?
I will tell you that I had to fight really hard because the farmers were the first and foremost on my heart. They have had nothing but constant closures of markets all over. And it really was unwarranted since it's such a low-risk, open-air environment. There was no reason to close any market for access to produce, for the reason that if our grocery stores are open, then we should have access to our fresh produce that we can get and purchase from our local farmer. So it just meant everything to me. It was everything. My heart breaks that we couldn't have craft, but hopefully this will all unfold very shortly and we'll get everybody back up and running. I realize it won't be business as usual because this changes a lot of things, but I'm hoping that it'll change in a better way, like that we just sense that our steps are being ordered in a much closer way. I think that this should draw us closer.
It's fantastic. I just, everybody's social distancing. Everybody's got masks on. Everybody's looking, I think it's remarkable that everybody's out. I hope, it continues and everybody stays healthy and just does what we have to do.
I love it. Yeah, honestly, I have always put off coming to farmers market, and I have a couple of friends who have a booth here, so I wanted to come here to support them, but it's just nice. It's nice to be out here. It's a beautiful day. It's not too hot, which is normally what keeps me from coming. And so it's fun. I'm glad to see that there's a good turnout. Not so much that I feel like we're violating the social distancing thing, but it's nice. It's a beautiful day.
Last year was our first year, and we loved it so much that we want to come back. It's our favorite place.
People need produce, and why not support our local businesses and people that make stuff and help them out?
I think the reality is that local businesses have suffered. Everybody's suffered during this time. So to the degree that we can get behind the local businesses and support them, I think that's great.
One thing, I was just talking to Mike Mosner, one of our farmers who is in Bear Valley, at the entrance to Bear Valley, and he was saying his tomatoes won't be ready for another 5 or 6 weeks. So I know that's one thing that people worldwide love are tomatoes, and that's one thing that's a little bit lacking at the market now. Some of the vendors that are from other parts of Kern County where it's gotten warmer sooner, they'll have tomatoes coming in sooner than Mike Mosner. There is a pretty good variety here. I've already done some shopping. There's some cherries, there's peaches, there's a lot of things here. So hopefully people who weren't able to come this first week will be able to come next week.
To me, it feels good. It gets your rights to freedom of movement. And you notice I'm not wearing a mask. I think it's BS. It's just, you get your immunities by being exposed to everything, just like when we were kids. And that's the way I look at it.
It feels good to be out among people.
So nice. It's amazing. It feels nice to be somewhat normal.
Yes. They miss seeing each other.
So it's nice.
Oh,
Both for
Both.
sure. Yeah.
Farmers Market's one of my favorite places to come and support.
Yeah, I think most people, we were really excited that Tehachapi decided to have theirs this year because we weren't sure if they were going to, and then it was a nice surprise.
Well, it's great. I mean, I love supporting our local farmers, our local businesses. That's what it's all about. So this is something we've done for years as a family.
Community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels great to me because I've already seen like 4 people that I know, and we got caught up in the sunshine.
You know, we come here every week when it's going on in the summer, so
Yeah. It feels like a new beginning. It really does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely hope.
Freedom. I mean, that's what we're here for. So
And I think community too.
Community,
We're
yeah.
Being together socially, but we're still distanced safely.
right.
Feels great.
Yeah, I've been going to work, so it's not too different for me. I've been getting out, but it is nice to everyone's able to get out now and enjoy being around other people for once, you know.
I asked people at the market if there was anything they'd like to share with folks listening at home that are trying to decide if they want to come to a future farmers market this summer.
And today people are social distancing. A lot of them have on masks. And I feel very safe here.
We relocated to this community about mid-year last year, and this is our new home. So yes, we want to be part of it. Stay safe, wash your hands, but don't be afraid to go out.
I think that, you know, this is a sign of life. You know, we're getting back to what feels good and the sense of community that we celebrate here in Tehachapi with our friends and family, our beautiful weather. And I think that it's really important as we move into this time to just bring with us all the good things we learned about living our lives small in our homes with the people that are most important to us, and bringing that into this next season. And then this is not wasted.
These are our people, these are our neighbors, and when you buy from them, you know that you're helping their family take care of themselves. And I just said it to Steve like 2 days ago. I said, what you put out there is what you get back. It's that continuous circle, and that's how you be neighbors. We take care of each other.
Totally.
I think people are appreciative that we're here to provide them fresh, quality product. And a lot of people didn't know that we had it. And as they're driving by, they see us, and then they stop in, and so it's a good experience, I think, for them and for us, hopefully.
I'm going to keep my social distance. I'm with my group, but I'm going to keep my social distance from others, even if they are, whether or not they're wearing a mask or not. And I'm hoping that this will be a little bit more next time, and a little bit more, so that people will feel like, yes, we are getting back to normal. It's okay to get back to normal. It's healthy to get back, to get outside, to enjoy our community once again.
I'm out here to support our local farmers, and it's great seeing people here. I hope this continues to be a growth, that we get like we used to be, and hopefully everybody stays healthy, and in all our residents in Tehachapi and all our surrounding areas. Just everybody, please do what you need to do to stay healthy.
And I think it shows that humans can do hard things, they can do new things, they can, we need to remain teachable in this. There will be, the next few weeks are going to show us new things.
Yep.
So
and how much we need each other too. We need each other for sure.
All right, guys, we had a chance to listen to the community. It's incredibly positive. What are your takeaways now as we wrap up this farmers market edition?
My takeaways are some big onions I can grill on my barbecue this evening, and 2 lemons and some blood oranges for adult beverages.
I don't think it was literal. It was figuratively takeaway. My takeaway is I'm proud of the residents of this community for coming out and supporting good health and a good environment. So thank you to everybody.
And it's a fun way too to get back. We talked about it before in previous episodes, to like reconnect to your roots of buying your produce on the street downtown, and that's what's going on right now. And it's, like I said, it's going to get bigger in the weeks to come. So this is really cool and kind of a throwback to the way it used to be.
Folks, if you've ever got a question for any of us or a topic, send that to media@TehachapiCityHall.com. Thank you for joining us. Tehachapod.
Tehachapod is a conversation about Tehachapi designed for the people who live here or who would like to know more about this mountaintop community. If you have a question you would like answered, email media@TehachapiCityHall.com. We will try to answer it on a future episode of Tehachapod.